Welcome back guys, Harry here, known as Trade Shop, and in this video we're gonna look at my price action strategy and we're actually gonna backtest that. But what's gonna be interesting about this video is that we're gonna try, I don't like the word challenge because it makes it seem like a gimmick, and trading is not a gimmick. You should be taking it seriously. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna try grow a $2,000 account into a $10,000 account. So I want to keep these videos a little bit shorter, so I might make a part 2. But basically, once you start becoming consistent in trading, you can start having a smaller account and risking more to try grow that quickly. You don't need too much in the account because you can risk 10, 20, 30% of the account in one trade to try make big growths if you know your profitability. So of course, having a big account is always the best, and personally I do prefer to use a bigger account so I don't have to be risking as heavy, and you can take it as a more slow approach. And especially if you're not profitable and it's still a beginner, I recommend only risking 1 to 2% because that will keep your account safe and stop you from losing unnecessary money until you become profitable. Once you become profitable and can prove to yourself that you're profitable through backtesting like this, then you can start risking high amounts. Now, the reason why we're doing it on a backtesting software is I want to try do it on this first so we can take trades quickly. We can skip day to day and try grow this account within, short videos. Once we do that, then I can prove that, okay, that is possible. Then if you guys like it, let me know in the comments below. I can do the same type of video but with a live account, and that will obviously take longer to make because I'll have to be trading live and wait for setups. So it will take maybe like, I don't know, a month before I can actually put out that video. But this video I can do here. We can backtest the data, gather information on what's going on, and I can show you how it is, if it's all a good idea to try grow, which it is possible, a $2,000 account into a $10,000 account. So that being said, let's get straight into this video. Alright guys, so before we start, as always guys, can you please support the algorithm and leave a like, and if you're new here and you enjoy the content, a subscribe really does help the channel grow, helps get my video. I'm on the road to 10k subscribers, so if you could make that happen, it's a nice free way to give back for all of the content and if I may be helping. So let me know in the comments below what you think, and if you enjoy this, and leaving a like really helps get the video out to people, which I really do appreciate. So also, you can anyone on Instagram messaging you, they're probably a scam. My Instagram is down below, so you can go check that out. And yeah, if you have any more questions, then you can join the group and ask me there. And yeah, so let's get straight into this video. And yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna start at 1.5 hours before London session. We're gonna trade London session on GJ here, which is my primary pair, and we're gonna see what we can do, right? So we're gonna, we have the $2,000 account here. We're gonna risk in terms of dollars. So I think for the first trade, we're gonna probably risk a heavy amount of the account because we need to really boost this account so we have some equity to work with. So we're gonna try, we're gonna do $400, which is 20% of the account. So if we lose this, it will be a big impact, but we're gonna try select a trade that will be good, and yeah, we'll wish for the best. So starting on the monthly time frame here, we're bullish, but we're, we pushed up, looking like we're making a monthly bottom wick here. That's very apparent on the weekly here. We have a weekly support here, so this is all the top-down analysis we have to do, right? And then we have our weekly resistance up here. And then moving down to the daily time frame, we can see what information we have here. So daily time frame, we have a little bit of a support here. So, this is looking a bit more bearish, but I'm overall bullish. But on the shorter, I have to remove that. On the smaller time frames, looks like we are pushing into a support on kind of bearish pressure, making that monthly top wick. Because if you look at the date here, it is Monday, the 7th of the 6th, which is 7th of June here, and 2021. So we are in the beginning of the month. So 4 hour also bearish, 4 hour closing below this support here. So that's a closure below. So if we can break below this low, we possibly have sells here, but I have to be very careful. This is selling at daily support. So I want to see some sort of structure created below before taking sells. So we'll go on the 1 hour as well, and you can see we have an LTA. I have plenty of videos of what LTA. So this is a clean zone. I can expect price to drive down if we get some nice structure on the lower time frames here, right? So we can see if we scroll back here, yeah, this is looking good for some downside. So breaking below those lows maybe gives us an opportunity here, or creating some type of lower resistance. So that's going to be the plan. We're going to look for sells, but this is a very strong support, but it's the option I see here. And yeah, we're going to start playing this and see what happens. I'm probably in the video going to skip some parts to make it short so we can, you know, you're not sitting here for hours. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. Looks like we want to break the lows. We could give it a shot with stops above here. That's 9 pips for like a 41 pip target. That could be a good option. 5 minute, let's see what lower time frame. We'll just slow this down here and keep this as an option. You know, this is a first trade, so we want to pick something that's going to be good. So breaking these lows, you know, we're going to risk 200 on this trade because you should never be selling the lows, but there's some volume here in the market. And I want to take advantage of that volume. I normally wouldn't kind of take this setup, but we have this wick here to fill. I like how this volume is coming in. 4 hour has already flipped now. So yeah, this for me seems like would be a good option, breaking the lows here. But we're going to risk less because it's not the best of setups, right? So yeah, I like this setup here, and we're probably just going to take a sell based on this. And we're going to put stops above this candle high here because it shouldn't break that. And then, you know, our max TP will be down here. So let's see how this goes. So we're in the trade. You can see here that this is our P&L now. So 40. And yeah. So this is pushing nicely now. So it's good for our first trade. Now you see this rejection. I'm not too keen about this rejection here. I don't like how we're rejecting very quickly. It's not really a good sign. We're rejecting the lows here. And as a first trade, I want to be cautious with this. So I'm just going to be very careful here. Alright, that's pushing nicely now. We're about 5-6 pips in profit. 3 pips actually. So yeah, it's a big range. Yeah, that's a good push. So about 300 in profit now. See what the 1 hour is doing. 1 hour looks nice. I don't like that the 1 hour has no top wick, because it always has the chance to come up and flip and make a top wick. So it's founding some support here. Speed it up a bit. See what ends up happening. Alright, that's a nice push here. Ooh, that's a great push. So I have the choice here as a first trade. I'm probably going to slow this down. And we'll try get a nice sniper close here to see what the 1 minute is doing. So yeah, as you can see, probably pushing nice in profit here. And I think we'll close this as a first trade. So yeah, amazing. 27% on the account already. That's a beautiful trade. We took advantage of the volume here. I mean, that I don't like how it's closed without a bottom wick, you know, and that's a heavy push. And I'm pretty much happy with that. Let's just see what ends up happening. So we get some small rejection. Let's go on the 15 and let's see how this would have played out, right? So yeah, great trade here. You know, let's see how this would have happened. Yeah, came would have stopped me out and then continue down. So that was a sniper close, as I said. So we got a pretty good close. And to be honest, that close was just based on monetary. And the way we had a big push. Because when you see when the market makes a big push quite fast, you normally get rejection after. And I kind of closed that on monetary, right? 500, we risked 200, we made, you know, 27%. And remember, in the beginning, I wanted to risk about 400. So if I lose the next trade, we're still going to be $100 in profit. But that's a good start to the account here. And yeah, now we can risk, you know, that what we just made, right? So we're playing with house money. So let's go to the next day, see if we can find a trade. All right, so we're here on the next day. Daily candle closed bearish at that same support. So it's becoming a tough zone here. I don't like how the 4 hour is forming here. So I probably will not call this a trading day based on how I want to grow the account. So we took good sells here, but this is probably not going to be a trading day. So I'm going to skip by 15-minute candles because I mean, there is an option to take buys based on how we're just consolidating here. But to be honest, it's not looking like a trading day. And not every day has to be a trading day. But, you know, the plan for today would be, you know, if we're looking at the daily candle closing doji here, it's not giving us much information. 4 hours consolidation. So we're not bullish or bearish. But we have this downside structure. 1 hour has this resistance here, so anything closing above this will give us options to buy price up to the upside to come and tap this resistance, because this is your LTA here. So we can have a look and see what happens in this day, and we'll skip 15-minute candles. So yeah, not really interested. We just push down range, and you can see how immediately when I saw the chart and I saw the 4-hour ranging, I'm like, this is not going to be a trading day. You can see how messy. We're deep into London session. Price has done absolutely nothing. Just came down, you know, made a resistance, made a support, and then it's just messing around. So really messy area to trade. We're going to go on to the next day. That's a lesson, right? You don't have to trade every day. That was a good trade in the beginning of the week. $500 on a small account, and that's more than a minimum wage in a day, right? So to be understanding of that. And yeah, this is not live, this is backtesting, but this is our point, is that we can skip days like this, so I can show you guys how we can grow the account, and once you have consistency and confidence, how to do it. Because you can see I'm not trying to chase trades, trying to flip the account. No, it's very you know, controlled, and trying to take, you know, good options that we have. So we'll go next day now, and we'll see what we have on the next day. All right, so we're here on the next day. Daily candle again closing at support doji, which is really annoying here, but 4 hour also closing at this strong resistance we have here, as you can see. So this is not giving us more information, and it's looking like another non-trading day. So you know, we had this fake out here, so this is coming from this whole zone here. Is a very nasty zone to be trading in. But you know, 1 hour is closing bearish here, 30-minute also bearish in this range. Again, if we break above here, I don't see why not. We can look for buys, to be honest. So yeah, we'll see if that plays out, but that's the only plan. I don't want to sell into the support. The support is a very strong support. Selling into here is very risky. So let's go and see what happens on the next 15-minute candle, and if we get an option to break out. Okay, so London, pre-London has given us a breakout. So now we need to see some sort of support above this zone here. I'm not going to just buy on this candle and run a 20 pip stop on this breakout candle. I want to see some sort of support on lower time frames, and then we can look to take buys. If this goes without me, I don't care, right? Because I'm not buying at the highs like this. Yes, it's a volume trade. It could be good, but I'm not buying at the highs. I want to see some structure being made. I don't normally buy at the highs. And this is the reason. It's pulling back like this, and it can be nasty. You can get the same situation. You see this situation, big candle, fake out, comes back in, you've lost the trade. But if we see some sort of support being made like this, and we see what's going on the lower time frames with volume, you know, if we're breaking above this zone here, we can possibly look for buys. If we're breaking above here with like a 5, we'll put like an 8 pip stop for a 15 pip target. So that could be an option. What time is it? 1 hour closed above, no bottom wick. 30 closed above, 15 closed above, 5. So I'd like to make a bottom wick. There's the bottom wick. So breaking above this candle high could be, we can put a pending order. We can put a buy stop above this level here. Stop loss below here, because it shouldn't be breaking back into the range. TP above here, right? You can look something like that. There we go. Okay, we're triggered in. Let's see how this goes. So looking good so far. Oh man, I forgot to adjust risk. It's alright guys, we will go without adjusting risk. So I was supposed to risk more on this trade, but it's okay. So I don't want to see this close bearish or break the lows, so I don't like what it's doing, but it's still okay, you know. Looking at 15-minute, not looking the best here, but we'll give it a chance. We'll give it a chance. I don't like how it's rejecting, so I'll be very careful here. We'll manage it based on 5-minute closures here. This is struggling a lot here. We can see how the lower time frames is struggling. So now we can look to manage this trade, because remember, we want to keep our account safe. You know, closing below this zone is not good here, and it's probably going to come down and, you know, wick into this area here, which is, it's okay, but it's a little bit annoying. But pullbacks are fine as long, you know, we've probably broken the 15 minutes lows, and it's not a big issue. It's just a pullback, but we have to hold a bit of drawdown based on this breakup. But what's important is I'm watching the hour here, how the hour is forming. As long as we're not closing candles back into this gray box on a 15-minute, then I'm going to keep the trade open, you know. And it should be alright, and we should be able to take profit here. So yeah, let's see what happens. So we'll probably skip some 5-minute candles here. So we're closing nice support here. So that looks good. There we go. So now we're continuing up. So this is looking good now. We're back in profits. This is the new hour open actually. So we've broken the high, which is good. And oh yeah, that's a nice push there. That's a very, very, very nice push. So that's giving us a nice push here. So I'm going to move my stop loss to break even at this point and see if we can... Where's our zone? So we're tapping this. Just modify my my take profit. I'm just going to put it here in case we get... Because if this volume is going to push now and we're going to get a huge push, then I don't want to miss it. So I'll just close. If I see any rejection here, I'll just press close. So see if we get a... Oh, here's a nice push. Come on. Give us one more to the highs. And I'll close. Okay, closed. That's the trade. I should have risked more. But again, we're up 42% on the account. And I forgot to adjust the risk. But that is my fault for rushing into the trade. So let me adjust that now. Now we're going to look to risk 500 per trade. And yeah, that's 42% on the account in 2 trades. So that's good. Already making the account up to almost 3K. So let's see if we can catch another trade before I end this video and make a part number 2. Alright, so we're here in the next day now. So we're breaking down finally below the support, pushing into another daily support here. So, you know, the zone we're trading in is quite tricky. So I'm glad we're being profitable here. But we need to be careful, you know. So 4 hour again is bearish, looking for this wick to be filled because we're closing below the support. 1 hour is at support, so I'm just going to draw a line here. I'm going to clone that. And then that didn't clone, so let me just select that again. We're going to go 30-minute has at support, 15 at support. So yeah, I don't really... How big is this zone here? This is not really a big zone. It's 8 pips only, so I want to see price pull back first. So yeah, there's only an 8 pip zone here. So let's see what we have. You know, this is a whole daily support, but we need to see what information we have here. Maybe do we have a clean range or not? So we have a clean range till this spot here, so we can mark that out. So we'll just clone that, and if we measure that range, that's giving us a shot of 30 pips. So okay, we can... So now that we've, you know, basically closed below here, I want to see any pullbacks that I can take price down. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. So we're going to speed this up, see what we can get on 15-minute here. See if we can get any pullbacks that give us a shot to take price down. Maybe even on 5-minute. See how we can take this entry. So if we see any rejection here on 5-minute, which is simply like a break and retest. Oops, I just missed my shot. Oh, we might get another opportunity here. So let's see how 15-minute close bearish. So with this 15-minute closing bearish here, we could take an entry just at this flip here, break of these lows. We can put stops above the high here. We'll actually put it above this high, 10 pip stop. And yeah, we risk 500. So yeah, let's take a sell here. So we're going to put stop above this high here. And the TP is going to be this line. And let's see if we can do some damage here on the market. So see what ends up happening. So we close below that low. Hopefully we don't get rejected. Now, the reason why I'm taking this trade is because the hour just closed below, as you can see. Same setup as we took at the beginning of the week, using volume based on the 4-hour closing below, pushing into this zone. This is a risky zone, but we're not going up. We're breaking down. So 30-minute also closed below. We have this wick to fill here, but what I like is how the 15-minute created lower resistance. So if the 15-minute is creating lower resistance, we should be able to push down. 5-minute, you can see tried, failed again, and I'm taking it on the second fail. Because if it was to fake out, I would like to see it push from here. But again, I could be wrong, so... Oh, that's a big push. This rejection here, I don't like. So I don't want to see this close above my entry, to be honest. If this closes above my entry, I might consider closing half. Just because of where I'm selling. But for now, this is looking pretty good. Ooh, ooh, what is that? That's a big push. How much is that? 13 pips. Okay, nothing crazy, but oh, this is not news, is it? Let me see news. No, no news. This is euro. We're trading pound. No, this is at a different time. All right, sweet. That's a nice push. Let's see if we can hit 1,000 here. Come on. Let's slow this down. If we hit 1,000, we close. Come on. Come on. 1K. Done. Nice. Amazing. Amazing. Look at this, guys. 93%. And on that, I'm going to call it a day, basically. That's, you know, till the next video. So 93% on the account. Already up heavy, but we're risking heavy. Now, with this type of trade, you know, before I end the video, it all depends on that first trade. If we took a loss from the beginning, it would have made this very, very difficult. So taking a win in the beginning is very, very crucial. Of course, this is without emotion, so it's a little bit easier. But we want to practice and be able to prove that, okay, we can take a small account and put good percentage on the account. I think that was a very solid trade. Going back over it, you know, price close below, wait for the retest. Closing bearish, very simple setup. Looking for price to continue down. You're wrong if it's breaking above that. That was also the hour high where your stop loss was. So definitely a solid trade. Taking advantage of this high volume zone we've been using all since the beginning of the week. Our first trade was here, right? Where we got the rejection, and we rejected that zone all week, you see. And then once we got the close below finally this zone, you know that the breakout is going to be heavy, right? So we reject, reject, reject. When we get the close below, the breakout's going to be heavy. So caught advantage of it, but was not taking the first option. I wanted to see lower resistance, then we get the push. So very solid, happy with that trade. And yeah, with that being said, take care, trade sharp, and until next time, peace.